Hello everybody, it's me again, Max Farrell from DexFXMarkets.com, and in this segment of the 5-minute signals, we're going to talk about the under-over strategy. And this under-over strategy is using a couple of the indicators that we have for the 5-minute signals, and is very powerful when you use it with the TNT strategy and with some concepts in there. You got to really pay attention to position and movement. Of course, the first thing we're always going to do is we're going to look at news, see if there's any news that's depicting out and happening. I'm going to show you these strategies, but I'm not going to show you how to trade them on Nadex just yet because I want you to be able to see me do those live. I want to give you the strategy. I want to teach you strategy. You can start practicing. You can wait for some videos to come out under this orientation side here. There's some videos that are here now. I'll be doing some live videos here after we're done these strategies on the new system, so you can see them, me trading live and trading with this process. And when I mean live on my demo or live in the system if I'm trading at that point. I'm still in there building and learning how to do this with the videos on and doing all that stuff. So please bear with me that we will definitely get you live videos as soon as possible. Now, let's get in and looking at the all pair section and the process here now. Again, this one is not really so much about depicting trend as it is more so where is the arrow correlation compared to the price and the MA, which is the 50 moving average. We're on the AUD/USD chart. Now, what I look for is that anytime price travels down and crosses the MA, this is considered an event. And this event has reasoning to live. But what we're looking for is a few factors to be set up. Not just that the price passes and travels over, because this happens multiple times within a day. But what we're looking for is a particular set of events. One, price has to pass and cross the moving average and close over the moving average. Okay, that's number one. Number two, the first arrow that fires off has to fire off also below or above the support and or that moving average. And what I mean by that is, like, if you look at this arrow right here, the price closes down below, meets number one requirement, check. But number two requirement, the arrow also has to be below the moving average, so no check. As it returns 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the arrow also, so price is above, check number one. Number two, arrows above. Check number three is that the arrow has to be within 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So this is 1 close, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the arrow actually appears as this bar finishes out. So 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one would qualify as a signal. Okay, it has to happen within 5 bars, 1 to 5 bars of the close over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this bar qualifies. So it qualified, price is above the moving average. 2 has to qualify, or arrow has to be above moving average. And 3 has to be within 5 bars. Okay, 5 candles. Now, that happens. Where do I place my price? Well, that's the fun part. We have to place it back at the moving average. So we need whatever the moving average is at on that bar when it starts. So it starts right here. Right here, it's at 72.13. That's the statement that I want to take on Nadex. Now, because watch this, because we have a good support and resistance here, and a good support and resistance area here, now a support area, this is also one that you can use for that process. So if you don't have support and resistance lines, you use the first indicational line. So that's either the moving average or the closest support and resistance line. Make sense? These are hefty, hefty wins. They don't happen a tremendous amount, but when they do, they happen strong. You could even have validated this one here, that even if the arrow wasn't above, you could have used a strong moving average or the support and resistance line, and this would have been a win. So let's just travel back in time a little bit and have a look at trades that would have happened on the AUD/USD with this strategy. You see this one here didn't qualify because even though that it went past, price is down below, arrow's out, but the arrow is not down below. You see? Price goes up, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's within the 4, so we meet the price, we meet the arrow, we meet the within 5, and we come back to here. This is our first line, and boom, we got a win. Tremendous, right? Now, here's something else that can happen. You can lose. This isn't a perfect system, okay? Signal comes out, trends out. This is within 5. The price is down below. It's within 5. We put the price back to here, and we take a loss. But we just won 3 to the right. And so this is 1 to 3 sitting at the moment. None there. None there. None there. See, again, it doesn't happen extremely. It doesn't happen every 5 minutes. And when it does, you got to watch out for volatility in news. Let's go over to the Euro USD. Not happening. Definitely didn't happen. Great Britain Pound USD. Nothing happening yet. There's one here. Price is above, arrows above. Place the price back to here. Boom. Then there's the win. And again, this isn't one that's supposed to be happening every 5 seconds here. So you really have to hunt for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think this one would have gotten filled because 24.82 compared to 24.78. You could have. It would have been only 4 pips off. I think you would have filled in that point. And it could have been a win, but really volatile, so there was a lot of news probably happening. If you get this choppiness and there's a lot of volatility, this is something you might want to look at as a avoider against, not being in that solution. Again, this little architecture that happens here, we depicting trend up, we have negation, and then it just lets go. It doesn't really give us another indication. Here's the pullback, so there's a lot of this process that it takes just time to wait for the perfect process. But when it does happen, 1, 2, 3, boom, there it is. So there's another one. 1, 2, 3. Meets the first one, meets the second, meets the third. We pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, done. Yep, 54 at the end, right there. At the end of that, 25.05. Won by 10 pips. Easy. Here's another one. Win. So far, we're 2 to 7. 5, didn't get in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So 5 after. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is one. And again, there's a green line. That's another support line. So it would have been right there. Been easy to get in. There's another win. 2 to 9. Now this is some time back, right? So this is a whole bunch of time. I'd say this is about 2 days worth of information here. If we look at really just sitting down and going through this process, of course you're going to get a win-loss ratio. So that's what you have to keep in mind. I'll write them all out down below. 1, you got to make sure that the price is above or below the MA. Okay. 2, arrow is above and below. 3, arrows within 5 bars or 5 candles. Okay, and 4, price is set, statement is set at structure, which is support and resistance or moving average. Okay, simple. That's another strategy for you. That's the over-under strategy for the moving average, and it is very powerful. I use that when I see particular pairs that are, especially when you get a pair like this that travels up, it goes below, it hits this. Okay, if I see this happening and we're in an uptrend, this could be a continuation of removal, right? If we lose here, this is something that's a possibility. But let me tell you, the price action that happens here, because I'm only coming back to here, right? So my price, this one's not even validated because it didn't even travel down below. But once I see this happen, I'm paying attention. If it doesn't validate, I'm paying attention. The next one that comes over could validate into a point of flipping a trend. Okay, but if not, since it starts to come back, once it does, now I know this one's 10 times stronger because it rejected that reversal and it went back up. And I can get even a better price. Instead of coming down to here, I can get a better price from structure because literally it's starting from here. So that's 72.19 down to 72.15. So about 4 pips. I can get a really good price on that. I mean, really good price, $25, $30. If that's the case, that's a big win for us because I'm trading 10 contracts at a time or 5 contracts at a time. I'm turning it into a $200 or $300 deal. And I only need 1 or 2 of those a week. Right? If you really wait for it to perfect, like, don't take that one. Don't push yourself to take that. You're going to win. Listen, I'm Max Farrell. This is DexFXMarkets.com. And this strategy is referred to the over-under strategy. And I look forward to hearing how it works for you. Please, please, please demo carefully. Demo this out until you just can't demo no more. And then demo some more. All right. I'm Max Farrell. This is DexFXMarkets.com. And I'll see you next time in the next video. And as always, trade well.